Today is November 25th, 11:31 a.m. We are outside of Joshua Tree National Park in Southern California. It's me and Mack. He's wandering around somewhere here in the desert, just tracking in copious amounts of sand. Hey, bud, you want to get in this video with me? Come on. All right, come here. Come on. Hang on, stay. Oh, okay. He doesn't want to sit with me. It's going to be a nice enough day where, unfortunately, I'm going to leave Mack in the van by himself. We do have air circulation in here, so I don't have to worry about him getting too hot or anything. The reason I'm going to leave him in the van today is the hiking trail I'm going on, and you guys will come along with me, is not very dog friendly in the regard that you have to climb up some ladders, you have some tight, narrow gaps that you have to go through. So not really something this old timer, Mack being 11 and a half, is very interested in, but I'll make sure the windows are open for him. We have a cross breeze with the fan, and he can get some good views while we're here. Speaking of good views, I'll show you where the van's at today. All right, just dropped my mic. Let's flip the camera around. This is where we parked last night. That's just my camera on the ground. I was trying to get some shots this morning. There's the van. We just got the new wheels and tires put on there. This was the latest upgrade. Man, they're already so dirty. These are the Methods bronze wheel 703s, and then I got the Toyo all-terrain tires. Mack is coming back on the tour with us. Hey, bud. You want to help me with the tour of our campsite? So really good, cool view up there. I mean, isn't that just incredible? I could use some sunlight. I think I parked in one place in this canyon where I'm not going to get a lot of sun. The solar batteries are running pretty low. Again, just a nice place to wake up and spend the day. I did take the week off work with it being Thanksgiving, last week of my birthday. So we're just big chilling. It's nice to go at our own pace for once. And I'm actually going to leave the van here. The hiking trail is just around this bend here. Need to get finished getting ready though. I have so many backpacks, I'm not sure which one I want to take. I only have a few things I actually need to bring with me. Okay, I'm going to bring the mics because I'm going to try to do some longer form content for YouTube. Need to put the boots on, and we can start there. These are my Danner boots. I actually really love the brand and anything that will patina and show kind of like the journey that I've taken with it. These are super comfortable for someone that didn't really historically like wearing boots or something that goes up on my ankle. What's cool about Danner is, I'm not sponsored by anyone yet, is they will actually repair them for you. So you can send them in, so you get to keep your boots as long as possible. You don't have to trade them in when they're getting wore out. You can just have them repaired. I think probably most boots have some form of that, but Danner really leans into that service line. My phone's at 4%. I really don't care about charging it. You know, some people give me a hard time about knowing my location, but it's kind of like, what would you do if something happened to me? Guess what? Someday something will happen to me. Okay. Boots are tied up. You can see how messy the van is. There's my boots, and you can just see how much sand Mac and I are tracking in here in the desert. Not ideal. Also, the van is always messy. I'll clean it up while we hit the road, just so things aren't falling around and everything's in its place. But once we get to camp, it can get pretty chaotic. Full disclosure, I did not steal this. I got this at a flea market. Okay. Water bottles full and ready to go. I really like this Camelback water bottle. It doesn't ever leak. It's one of the few that advertises as such and doesn't. The hike we're going on is just about a 2-hour hike, so I'm not going to take my big backpack. I'm not really going to take like a lunch or anything. Again, I don't want to leave Mac in the van alone, even though the weather's going to be nice for more than too long. I'm going to take my North Face backpack. I usually use this one. I have 3 different backpacks. I usually use this one for like my electronics, my laptops, and my work bags, but today this one will suffice. What all do we need to bring? I got my water bottle. I'm going to need my tripod and camera. Guess I'll go ahead and get those set up. Check my camera battery before we head out. 100%. This is the Sony 6700A. It's what I shoot with. I'm not a camera expert. I can't tell you where it lands, but it is, I'm really happy with it. For someone being a beginner photographer, it does feel like it is very capable. I have a few lenses, but I'm only going to take the one. This is kind of like my all-around lens. It's a E2.8 65-55G. And I actually have a little clip that'll hook it to the backpack, so I don't have to worry about using a strap. This is my tripod, which I absolutely love. It's from Peak Design. I use a lot of their products, just really quality. And as I get older, I appreciate a lifetime warranty. Mac is back at the door, whining, wanting to be let in. Very foldable, very collapsible, very light, fits in a backpack very well. Come on, come on. Mac's back. This does come with a sleeve, but you know what, for today, I am going to put it in the sleeve. If I can find it in this mess of a place. Okay, for time's sake, we're not going to put it in the sleeve. We'll just put it in the main bag here. For landscapes that I do, having a tripod is really essential. Okay. Okay, this is the Peak Design backpack clip. I don't know if they call it a backpack clip, but that's what I call it. The way this works, I also have Peak Design's backpack, their camera strap, again, I just like the ecosystem, and obviously a lot of the things work together. Okay, just playing with it, loosening one side up and the other to get it kind of even. Okay. So to show you how this works, this little clip, again, you have to have this bracket piece from Peak Design, this little clippy here, and it works with their tripods as well as these backpack clips. Voila. It's nice because it locks in. There's a locking mechanism. You have to press this little button to release it, and it prevents you from having to wear a camera strap if you're already wearing a backpack. I love my camera strap, again, from Peak Design. No sponsorship there, but it's puts a lot of weight on the neck. There are use cases, right, if I'm just walking around and I don't have a backpack, but for hiking, this is pretty nice to have this right here. I am looking for my belt loop here. I almost never use this, but oh yeah, I forgot this backpack is for hiking. It has a whistle here in case you fall. Not bad. Camera still feels a little heavy there, but once I'm up and moving, it'll be better. I'm going to take this little camera to do some filming of the hike site. It is a DJI Osmosis 3. I don't need my wallet. I'm going to take my pocket knife because you never know. I have a Benchmade. Love this little thing, lifetime warranty. Again, as an old man, I really appreciate those. Mack, I think, knows he's not coming with me because he's giving me some strong side eye right now. Okay. Got the water bottle. Do I need anything else, macaroni? I'm going to take my flashlight just in case. Because once upon a time I did walk up on a cave and I did not have my flashlight. I have the O-light. My cousin Austin gifted this to me. We have a regular light. It can strobe. Sorry, I probably should cut that out. We got a laser and we have a UV light. The only thing I've really used the UV light is like to see if I can find scorpions or anything like that. Okay, I guess I got to lock up the van. And then that'll be it, Mac. Oh, so grumpy. So grumpy. Look at this grumpy face. So mad. So mad. I'll open the windows for him though and create some cross ventilation. So this is the back window. Got to open this up. So that'll be open. And then we turn on the cross fan up here. The fan up here creates a blows air out, so you get a crosswind. That's what I'm looking for. That's loud. If you turn it all the way up like I just did, it'll be nice and cozy for Mac. No, you got to stay, bud. The weather's nice. My phone, which is at 3%, that's great. And keys. We'll be right back. This is the beginning of the trail. Already a lot of cars parked over here for a Tuesday. So I'll probably run across some more people. So just started the trail. Already pretty cool, trying to stay in the shade. Surprise, surprise, it's much hotter in the sun. Not a bad way to start. I've had to do double pace to try to outpace these really loud teenagers. And I put myself like 200 yards between them, but they just echo throughout this canyon. But there's a fork in the road, and I'm just going to wait here and figure out which way they're going and take the opposite way. up there, zoom in, there's a ladder to take a little bit more adventurous way. And then right there's the normal path. We'll just hang out here, drink some water, and figure out what they do. Then take the opposite way. The noisy teenagers are going up the ladders, unfortunately, which is where I wanted to go. I'm just going to wait 15 minutes and try not to be so grumpy about them not using appropriate volume voices and just yelling at each other because they're kids outside exploring. We need more of that. So I'm going to try to keep a positive perspective on them, but hopefully if I just give them a 15-minute head start. Can you hear them? They're so loud. They're up in that shaded area. Zoomed in. Just as I was dealing with loud teenagers going up and I was about to head up, now a screaming kid is coming down. It's Tuesday. I had the day off work. This is a hard trail to get to. Thought I'd have more privacy. Trying to keep positive outlook. Did have one win while I was waiting. The camera on my shoulder was just getting a little too heavy, and I remember that clip that I have here can actually go on your belt as well. So this feels a little bit more comfortable. Doesn't look like it, but I don't have that weight on my shoulder anymore, which will be nice as we head up through the canyon. Well, my patience be damned. I'm just going for it. I'll find a quiet spot eventually, I'm sure. Wow. Here we go. I took an off trail to get some elevation. I'm out of breath and it's hot. Jeans were a bad choice, but I'm a sucker for a good view. It's a little sketch. Oh, just a fall to my death over there, and a fall to my death over there. I got a good 18 inches of clear space here. Okay. I survived another sketchy. Oh, there's more. I want to film myself hiking up some of these sketchy things, but then I just got to run back down and get the camera. It always cracks me up when I see people, solo hikers, filming themselves. You know they got to run back and get the camera. I just don't want to do the sketchy hike twice. It's nice in the shade, but I regret wearing a flannel and jeans. But I'm trying to look the part, you know? You know? You know? This part of the hike isn't that glamorous. Just zigzags. That is if I'm still on the trail. Not just in a ravine. One good sign to know if you're lost or not, you see other footprints. Always a good indicator that you're on the trail still. Yeah, lots of footprints down here. Oh, we're getting back more into the fun formations now. The shade is welcomed. Fun fact, did you know the average person walks at a speed of 3 miles an hour? Love a good rock handle for these big steps. Still seeing footprints out of the little canyon. There comes a point in every hike where you're just like, I'm ready for this to be over. I've got what I needed. We're at another ladder. Another ladder's coming up. The ladders are the easy part. You don't have to make decisions on where your feet go. I could use a water break. No matter the hike, bring water. Also, probably makes sense to look at the trails before you go. I like to be surprised or my expectations exceeded, so I have a problem of not doing that and just winging it. Some people along the trail told me, oh yeah, this loops around. Most certainly does not. I realize that I am taking the ridge line versus the loop, which means I've got about half a mile on the peak of the mountain or the ridge in the blistering sun. I think I'm gonna have to be that guy and ditch my shirt. But catch my breath in this shade over here. I will say, like, the first 10% of this hike was epic and cool. The rest of it, I just feel like I'm in a Western movie in the desert. This is where I'm sitting right now. This is not that aesthetic. And I may or may not have, outside of a mountain lion was in there, wasn't it? I got my handy dandy pocket knife though. Is this thing on? Okay. It's really quiet here. It's nice. I must have taken the wrong way because I don't hear loud teenagers. Arrow going that way. It's more or less the direction I started from. And an arrow going this way, which may or may not lead to a loop. And there's a crow calling at me out there. That might not be a good sign. We're going to peek over this ridge, see what there is. Human activity. I've brought my camera and my tripod out here, but there's not been good lighting for me at any point. It's just too bright out here. Also, my phone's dead, so if something happened, not good. And then lastly, also with my phone being dead, I can't pull up my map and see how much further this trail goes if and or it loops around. I mean, I keep committing to, oh, just one more ridge. And my elevation only keeps getting higher and higher. Well, here's a turn. Is it gonna? Oh, it's a turn. I think it's a loop. I think we finally looped. I hope you can go that way, away from the trail. Or where does this go? Please be going down. I'd be very happy if this went down and not just a lookout. Damn it. It doesn't go down. Damn it. See, down there is where I want to be. In there. Is this a trail? Yeah, I feel like I would fall. I see a person though. Okay. We don't turn back. It's one of my philosophies in life and doing this van life thing. And unfortunately on hiking trails. But moment to take in the view. And we're back at it. The trail is going downhill. Oh, it's going to be a long walk back though. Oh, it's going downhill. Glorious. I think that justifies a water celebration. I made it down to the main ravine and shade is so welcomed right now. And I can hear the noisy teenagers. Didn't know I was going to be thankful to hear them. And now we got an easy hike out. Hopefully I find some opportunities to take pictures. We'll see. I did set the camera up, try to take a couple shots of this tree. Again, the lighting is just so intense right now. I don't know if they're going to turn out very well. TBD, but cool spot. Okay, found some opportunities to take some photos in the shade. It's been nice to have flat elevation. The hike is mostly done and you kind of get this epic view or this epic corridor. It feels like you're in some Egyptian movie as you walk through it. Check this out. Okay, we have a new obstacle. Go down this ravine with this little yellow rope. There's a landing there. One ladder and then two ladder through this epic ravine. Or crevice? I don't know what you call these things. Cavern? It's called a cavern. All right, we're on the home stretch. This is where the first ladder was, which means I am maybe like 15 minutes away from being back at the van and getting something cold to drink and debriefing Mack and explaining to him once again why this wouldn't have been a very good hike for him. The distance, number one, he's an old timer. He doesn't really like to hike very far. And number two, going up those ladders and those ropes would have been a non-starter for him. Overall, I think the hike was pretty epic. The other half was hot and boring and just like walking through a desert. Home stretch. Home sweet home. You know, when I left, the van was in the shade. When I get back, the van's in the shade, which means I probably got no solar, which is not good. Mackie boy. Hey, dude. Hey, Mackie. There he is. I'm back.